everybody deals with stress in their own way. Some people decide to cower away and cry in a corner, others try to fight their way through any stressful situations, while some just tend to freeze and bottle everything inside until it bursts out like a balloon that's been inflated too much and can't handle the pressure anymore. Regardless of how you deal with this sort of a situation, what you need to understand is that when you are stressed, and your body immediately forces itself into making the right decision to escape the situation unharmed. For example, people that choose the fight option tend to have their blood rushed to their muscles ready for any response, which is where the red-faced reaction comes from. On the other hand, the people that are not used to fighting it out with whoever's causing the disturbance will most likely end up having most of their bodily functions shut down, causing them to freeze immediately and not be able to say or do anything. We've all had to face off against unpleasant situations, and that's a fact. Whether it be someone annoying you and making your day harder or just a series of unfortunate events that seem to imply that God has it in for you, it always sparks that little match inside of you that causes you to feel that unpleasant sensation fill your whole body, making you see only red in front of your eyes. But hey, that's not what we're here to focus on today. No, we're here in order to help you get past those unfortunate events and function properly for the rest of the day. Regardless of what you're going through, this article will help you cope with this better, making sure that you know exactly how to escape any uncomfortable situation by simply preventing them from ever happening in the first place. So, without further ado, let's start this article right with the easiest way to avoid being stressed out, aka, table of contents, talk with someone. 5. Sleep more. 7. Help those around you. 9. Keep that positive mindset at all times. 11. Break down big problems into smaller, easier to handle problems. 13. Spend time in nature. 15. Talk with someone. You most likely knew that this was coming, but alas, it is one of the most effective ways of dealing with stress accumulation. Whether this is a friend, a family member or a psychologist, it doesn't matter in the slightest. The only thing that matters is that you know someone that will listen to all of your problems and offer up a shoulder for you to lay on in your times of need. Regardless of who you are or what kind of a person you think you are, you need to understand the fact that we all fall on our knees every now and then and need a pick-me-up. This has nothing to do with preserving your image or stroking that ego, it is a necessity. Forget about being the cool guy that doesn't need help for a moment and think about your sanity for once. Believe us when we tell you that this is no laughing matter and that you'll have to deal with it sooner than later. This is another pretty basic one that you should concentrate on, but alas, it is very useful since most of the time our mood is dictated by the amount of sleep that we get, so don't slack off. You need to get those 6 hours of sleep at any cost. If you can, you need to strive for 8 hours per night, but alas, most of us can't really do that, which is why 6 hours is a much more achievable goal. Any sane doctor out there will tell you that sleep is imperative to your mental health. Without a good 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you are literally unable to function as a human being anymore. Help those around you. This is a very important step as it helps you forget about your own problems for a second and focus on those around you. This also makes people around you like you more, which is definitely great for stress reduction as a whole. So, next time that you see someone drop something to the ground, or whenever you see someone dealing with a lot of stress themselves, give them a meaningful gift that can help them get past their problems easier. Whatever it is, as long as you know what you're getting yourself into, you should be able to accomplish your mission in no time. Keep that positive mindset at all times, regardless of what you might be facing off against mentally. You need to make sure that you always keep that positive mindset. Keep that smile on your face and carry on like there's no tomorrow. This is a very good mentality to have since most of the time the placebo effect takes place if we force it enough that it even affects us mentally before we know it. A good way to maintain a positive mindset is to listen to calming music on a daily basis. Luckily, there are plenty of playlists on YouTube and Spotify that you can use to help keep that smile on your face. Alternatively, you can also listen to some calming podcasts that will make your day easier to get through. There are plenty of podcasts that you can listen to if you're in a bad mood and need a good pick-me-up. Break down big problems into smaller, easier to handle problems. This is a very good exercise for those that tend to overreact to any problems that they face off against. So, to begin with, start analyzing your issues and start breaking them down step by step until you see how insignificant they really are. This exercise is also very helpful for those that can't seem to find any way to fix their problems and move past them. Analyzing them carefully will always be a good way of finding solutions to help you fix them in the first place. Spend time in nature. Nature is always very relaxing, which is why it's a perfect way to spend your vacation. You don't even need anyone with you most of the time, since being alone in the woods surrounded by nothing but trees and the many sounds of wildlife, hopefully not dangerous ones, living in that ecosystem can be extremely calming. But alas, going on a journey with friends in a local forest is always fun, especially if you're ready to give up on technology as a whole, so why not give it a try? It will help you clear your mind and relieve any stress that you could have built up over the course of the week. It might be hard at first to just throw every electronic device you have on you away, but trust us when we tell you that it's worth it. So, in conclusion, stress is not always a bad thing. In the prehistoric ages we used to depend on stress in order to survive. For example, if a saber tiger would be approaching us, our stress would force us to make a move immediately. But alas, we no longer require this sort of spider sense anymore, since we no longer live in constant fear. So, if you follow the steps we gave you in this article, then you should be stress-free most of the time. We thank you for your attention and wish you luck in your future journeys.